Alert. 5. Dangerous morning water. Mistakes that make you sick after 60. You wake up, your mouth is a bit dry, and the first thing you do is reach for a tall glass of water. You're confident you're starting your day in the healthiest way possible, right? For decades, we've been told that hydrating first thing in the morning is the key to energy, clarity, and good health. It's a ritual so deeply ingrained, we never think to question it. But let me ask you this. Have you ever taken that first sip of water and felt your stomach twist? Or your chest tighten? Maybe you've experienced a sudden wave of dizziness, a strange sense of bloating, or a surprising chill you just couldn't shake. What if I told you that for those of us over 60, that simple glass of water, if you drink it the wrong way, could be the hidden reason you're feeling sluggish, unsteady, or even having digestive issues that linger all day? Many people just write these feelings off as a normal part of getting older. But the real culprit might be right there in your water glass. Today, we're going to uncover 5 of the most common morning water mistakes that could be making you sick. And more importantly, we'll show you the simple, gentle ways to fix them, starting tomorrow. If you care about keeping your digestion calm, your heart steady, and your mind clear, then stay with us. This might be one of the most important things you learn all week. The why it's different after 60. Premise. Before we dive into the mistakes, it's crucial to understand why this conversation changes as we get older. What worked for our bodies at 30 or 40 doesn't always serve us in our 60s, 70s, and beyond. Your body isn't weaker, it's wiser. It's more refined, more sensitive, and it just needs a more thoughtful approach. First, let's talk about our kidneys. As we age, our kidneys naturally become a bit less efficient. Blood flow to the kidneys can decrease over time, which means their ability to balance fluids and essential minerals isn't as rapid as it once was. Think of them as a very experienced but more deliberate worker. If you suddenly flood them with a huge amount of plain water, they can't process it as quickly, which can throw your body's delicate mineral balance off kilter. Second, our thirst mechanism isn't what it used to be. That little alarm bell that tells you it's time to drink becomes less reliable with age. Studies have shown that older adults often do not feel thirsty even when their bodies are already low on water. So waiting until you feel thirsty is no longer a safe strategy. By then, you might already be behind, setting yourself up for fatigue and dizziness. Third, our digestive system gets more sensitive. The lining of the stomach can become thinner, and the whole system can be a bit more delicate. A sudden shock, like a blast of ice-cold liquid, can cause discomfort, cramping, and disrupt the gentle rhythm your body has established overnight. Finally, many of us are taking one or more medications for things like blood pressure, thyroid function, or heart health. The timing, temperature, and even the amount of water you drink can dramatically affect how these medications are absorbed and whether they work the way they're supposed to. So, as you can see, this isn't about fear. This is about respect. Respect for the incredible journey your body has been on and understanding its new needs. The goal isn't to stop drinking water in the morning. The goal is to do it in a way that supports and energizes your body for the day ahead. Now, let's look at the first, and perhaps most common, mistake. Mistake 1. Gulping down a huge glass of ice-cold water. It might feel incredibly refreshing. It might even be the jolt you think you need to wake up. But pouring a large volume of ice-cold water into your body first thing in the morning is a profound shock your system just doesn't need, especially when your stomach is empty. Think about what's happening inside your body while you sleep. Your internal organs have settled into a gentle, restorative rhythm. Suddenly, you send a cascade of freezing water down that peaceful pipeline. It's like a fire alarm going off in a quiet library. The immediate reaction is constriction. Blood vessels in your stomach lining can narrow, which slows down digestion before you've even had a bite of breakfast. Your stomach muscles can tense up, leading to a feeling of cramping or a tight knot in your gut. For some, this cold shock can even contribute to a sudden wave of dizziness or lightheadedness that seems to come from nowhere. These aren't signs of refreshment. They're signs that your body is working overtime to deal with something it didn't expect. The science behind this is simple: energy. Your body's core temperature is around 98.6 degrees, or 37 degrees. When you introduce a substance that's significantly colder, your body has to expend precious energy just to warm that liquid up. This diverts energy away from other vital morning functions, like revving up your metabolism or sending blood flow to your brain. Instead of energizing you, it forces your body into a state of thermal defense, which can leave you feeling surprisingly sluggish. For those with sensitive digestive systems, like acid reflux or gastritis, this cold shock can be even more pronounced, leading to discomfort that lasts for hours. Let me tell you about Eleanor, a bright, active 76-year-old who for years started each morning by gulping a tall glass of ice water from the fridge. She loved the crisp, sharp feeling. But she also started noticing that her stomach would often cramp within minutes. Her fingers and toes felt unusually cold, and her digestion just felt heavy all morning. She assumed it was just a new, unpleasant part of aging. After mentioning it to her doctor, she was given some simple advice. Switch to room temperature water for just 1 week. The change was almost immediate. Her stomach stopped knotting up. The persistent chill faded. Eleanor learned that sometimes the discomfort we accept as inevitable is just our body's response to a habit that no longer serves it. So what's the solution? It's beautifully simple. Opt for room temperature or even slightly lukewarm water. This allows your body to absorb the fluid without the shock and without having to expend extra energy. Think of it as a gentle greeting to your internal organs, not a sudden jolt. Sip it slowly over a few minutes. Your body has carried you for decades. It's earned a gentle start to the day. Mistake 2: drinking only plain water and flushing out your system. For years, we've heard about flushing your system with large amounts of pure plain water, as if our bodies were dirty pipes that needed a power wash. But for adults over 60, this well-intentioned habit can be surprisingly risky because you don't just flush out toxins. You can also flush out essential minerals your body desperately needs. The most critical of these is sodium. This can lead to a dangerous condition called hyponatremia, which literally means low sodium in the blood. Hyponatremia is recognized as the most common electrolyte disorder in older adults, and its symptoms are often mistakenly blamed on other aspects of aging. Do you ever experience unexplained fatigue, a persistent dull headache, or mental fogginess in the morning? Do you sometimes feel muscle weakness or cramps? These are classic, early warning signs. We think we are hydrating, but we are actually diluting our body's vital electrical system. Why are older adults so much more susceptible? It comes back to those wise, but more deliberate kidneys. They become less adept at regulating the delicate balance of water and sodium in the bloodstream. When you drink a lot of plain water very quickly, you can dilute your blood sodium concentration faster than the kidneys can excrete the excess water. This is especially risky for those taking certain medications like diuretics, water pills for high blood pressure, or some antidepressants, which can further increase sodium loss. There's the story of Barbara, 72, a health enthusiast who read online that drinking a gallon of water a day was the secret to vitality. She started her mornings with 3 large glasses of purified water in a row. But instead of feeling energized, she felt constantly drained and had trouble concentrating. Her daughter became concerned when Barbara seemed unusually confused during a phone call and convinced her to see a doctor. A simple blood test revealed her sodium levels were dangerously low. Her aggressive flushing habit was actually stripping her body of the electrolytes it needed for her brain and muscles to communicate properly. The solution isn't to drink less water, but to drink smarter water. And the fix is incredibly simple. Instead of plain water, turn your morning glass into a hydrating electrolyte balancing elixir. Add a tiny pinch of natural unrefined sea salt or pink Himalayan salt to your glass. Not enough to taste salty, just enough to add back trace minerals. Another wonderful option is to squeeze a wedge of fresh lemon or lime into your water. which adds electrolytes like potassium and magnesium. While a balanced diet is your main source of electrolytes, this morning boost helps you start the day right. Your first glass of water should be about replenishing, not just rehydrating. Mistake 3. Taking morning medication with the wrong amount or type of water. For millions of us, the morning begins with a familiar routine, a small pill, and a quick sip of water. We trust this simple act is protecting our health. But have you ever stopped to consider how you take that pill? The amount of water, its temperature, and the timing can make a monumental difference. Imagine taking your blood pressure medication every single day, yet your readings remain stubbornly high. Or taking your thyroid medication faithfully, but you still feel sluggish and foggy. The issue might not be the medication, but that it's not being absorbed properly. Taking a pill with just a tiny sip of water is incredibly risky. Without enough fluid to carry it down, a pill can get stuck in the esophagus. This can cause heartburn or, over time, lead to serious irritation and damage. The why behind this has to do with the science of how medications work. Water is not just a vehicle to help you swallow, it's the solvent that helps the medication dissolve at the correct rate and in the correct part of your digestive system. Some medications need to be absorbed on an empty stomach. Others, like certain anti-inflammatories, require a full glass of water and food to protect your stomach lining. The temperature matters, too. As we discussed, cold water can constrict blood vessels in the stomach, which could potentially slow down how quickly the medication gets into your bloodstream. Let's talk about David, a 71-year-old whose blood pressure was still high despite taking his medication daily. His pharmacist asked him a simple question: "How exactly do you take this pill?" David admitted he just took it with a small swig of water before making coffee. The pharmacist explained that without a full glass of water, the pill might not be dissolving completely. She advised him to take his medication with a full 8-ounce glass of room-temperature water and to wait 30 minutes before his breakfast or coffee. At his next doctor's appointment, both he and his doctor were thrilled to see his blood pressure was finally in a healthy range. The solution is to become an informed partner in your own health care. First and foremost, always read the instructions on your medication label. But if you're ever unsure, ask your pharmacist. They are an invaluable resource. Ask them directly, "How much water should I drink with this? Does the temperature matter? How long should I wait before eating?" As a general rule, aim to take your medication with a full 8-ounce glass of room temperature or warm water and stay upright for at least 15-30 minutes afterward. This helps ensure the medications you rely on can do their job safely and effectively. Mistake 4. Ignoring your body's fading thirst signals. Of all the changes that come with age, one of the most deceptive is the fading of our thirst instinct. For most of our lives, we relied on that dry-mouthed feeling to tell us when to drink. But after 60, that internal alarm can become dangerously quiet. The mistake is waiting for a signal that may no longer come reliably. When an older adult finally feels thirsty, their body is often well past the initial stages of dehydration. Chronic, low-grade dehydration is rampant among seniors and is a silent contributor to some of the most feared aspects of aging. Are you struggling with persistent fatigue? Do you experience moments of brain fog, dizziness, or constipation? These aren't just inevitable symptoms of getting older, they are classic signs of dehydration. Alarmingly, dehydration significantly increases the risk of falls. When your body is low on fluids, your blood volume can decrease, leading to a drop in blood pressure and reduced blood flow to the brain, causing the unsteadiness that can lead to an accident. The science behind this is fascinating. A part of your brain called the hypothalamus is supposed to monitor your blood and trigger thirst when needed. With age, the sensitivity of these sensors can diminish. The signals just aren't as strong. On top of that, the kidney's ability to conserve water also becomes less effective. It's a perfect storm for chronic dehydration. Let me introduce you to Margaret, 80, who prided herself on listening to her body. She drank only when she felt thirsty, but she had started experiencing nagging headaches and 2 minor falls at home. Her doctor asked a simple question. "Margaret, how many glasses of water do you drink before noon?" Margaret replied, "Well, I have my tea, but I don't usually feel thirsty for water until lunchtime." The doctor explained the diminished thirst signal and suggested an experiment. Margaret was to ignore her thirst and instead follow a schedule. 1 full glass upon waking, another mid-morning, and another with lunch. Within a week, her morning headaches vanished. The dizzy spells stopped. She hadn't been sick, she had just been thirsty without knowing it. The solution is to shift from reacting to thirst to being proactive. You can no longer afford to wait for your body to ask for water. 1. Make it a non-negotiable ritual. The very first thing you do upon waking is drink 1 8-ounce glass of room temperature water. 2. Use a visual cue. Keep a dedicated water bottle or a nice pitcher and glass on your kitchen counter as a constant, gentle reminder. 3. Set gentle reminders. Use your phone or a simple sticky note to remind you to drink at set times, say at 10 a.m., 2 p.m., and 4 p.m. 4. Check your urine. This is a simple and effective way to check your hydration. You're aiming for a pale, straw-like yellow. If it's dark, it's a clear sign you need more fluids. Think of hydration not as a response to thirst, but as something you do to prevent fatigue, falls, and confusion. Don't wait for the signal. Drink on schedule. Mistake 5. Drinking water too quickly. In our fast-paced world, we often chug a glass of water in a few large gulps and move on. But especially in the morning, the speed at which you drink can be just as important as the temperature. Drinking too quickly is a subtle mistake that can completely undermine your efforts to hydrate. Have you ever drunk a big glass of water only to find yourself running to the bathroom 20 minutes later? Or chugged water on an empty stomach and then felt bloated or sloshy? These are signs that your body is struggling to process the sudden flood of liquid. When you drink too fast, you can overwhelm your kidneys. Instead of having time to absorb the water and direct it to your cells, the body's response is often to get rid of the excess volume as quickly as possible. This can lead to a rapid flushing of not only the water you just drank, but also vital electrolytes, leaving you no more hydrated than before. Think of it like watering a very dry potted plant. If you dump a whole bucket on it at once, most of the water will run straight through and out the bottom. But if you water that same plant slowly, giving the soil time to absorb each bit, the entire root system gets nourished. Your body is the same. Slow, deliberate sipping allows the water to be absorbed effectively into your bloodstream and cells. Let me tell you about Tom, a 69-year-old retired gym teacher who was used to chugging water after a workout. He started every morning by downing a 16-ounce glass of water in about 30 seconds. But he was perplexed. He had to urinate multiple times in the first hour of waking up, yet his mouth still felt dry. During a conversation with his son, a physical therapist, his son explained the flash flood effect and challenged Tom to take 10 minutes to finish that same glass of water, taking small sips while he read the paper. Tom was amazed. The urgent need to urinate stopped, the bloating disappeared, and for the first time he felt a lasting sense of hydration. The solution is to transform drinking water from a task into a mindful ritual. Sip, don't gulp. Treat your morning glass of water like a cup of hot tea. Sit down. Take a small sip and then swallow. Pause, repeat. Aim to make 1 8-ounce glass last for at least 5 to 10 minutes. By slowing down, you ensure that the water you drink actually hydrates you, calms your system, and sets a peaceful, balanced tone for the rest of your day. We've just walked through 5 small morning habits that can have a surprisingly big impact on your health. From the shock of ice-cold water to ignoring our body's quiet signals, we've seen how our bodies ask for a more thoughtful, gentle approach as they grow wiser. Let's quickly recap the simple, powerful solutions. First, choose room temperature or lukewarm water to start your day gently. Second, turn plain water into a nourishing elixir with a tiny pinch of salt or a squeeze of lemon to replenish electrolytes. Third, honor your medications by taking them with a full glass of water and talking to your pharmacist. Fourth, don't wait for thirst. Hydrate proactively on a schedule to keep your mind clear and your body steady. And finally, practice mindful sipping, not gulping, to allow your body time to truly absorb the water you drink. This isn't about adding complicated rules to your life. It's about awareness and making small adjustments that help you feel your best. True self-care isn't about grand gestures. It's about the quiet, consistent choices we make every day, starting with that very first glass of water. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 5 mistakes resonated with you the most? Have you ever experienced that morning dizziness or fatigue and couldn't figure out why? Please share your story in the comments below. Your wisdom could be the gentle advice that someone else needs to read today. And if you found this conversation valuable, please give this video a like and be sure to subscribe. Thank you for taking this time for yourself today. Here's to healthier, happier mornings.